emotion for a real long time. I've been a bad boy and it's plain to see. So why do good girls fall in love with me?
I hate to be I was born in the wrong generation kind of person, but when you've made as much merch as I have for bands that just aren't around anymore, it starts to get on your nerves a little bit.
You use they them pronouns. Oh, what next? You're gonna tell me you identify as an attack helicopter? Wait, is that an option? Excuse me? Well, prior to you mentioning it, I didn't realise it was an option, and now that you have mentioned it, it sounds sick, so yeah, I'm implementing that immediately. Ask me my pronouns again real quick. What are your Thank you so much for asking. My pronouns are
Oh, good, you're awake. That was a really bad fall. TikTok, what's that? It's 2008. Pandemic. 1,000 what? We were just gonna go back to my place and watch Fairly Odd Parents, but I'm kind of thinking you need to go to the hospital. Let's just hope that you're better in time for the Vichem concert.
Guess who gets to be my little helper?
It's me, I'm the helper.
That's right.
The audacity of some people to expose my deepest desires on a public platform is ridiculous!
Wasn't much more than just a figment of his imagination, but for days it was persistent and it went follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, and it got louder. Follow me, follow me, I have something to show you.
3 safety tips that I wish I knew as a young teen attending concerts. Number 1, watch your back. Literally. When I was 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 even, going to concerts, there was this phenomena where if you were a young girl and you wanted to be at the front and so you could see your favorite band play and get a guitar pick or a drumstick or whatever, you'd have to wait in line for a long time, and then once you finally get in there, it gets super packed. Most of the time, everybody's just kind of like chilling, and then once the band plays, everybody pushes to the front. When that happens, older men would really enjoy pressing up against the backs of people like me and my friends. And when I mean pressing, it's like a borderline assault thing. If you feel somebody pressing up against you, look back at them and just start screaming. Even if the band is playing, put both your hands up and point to them. There's a very famous video of Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day literally drop kicking a guy who was doing this to a girl. Likewise, Kurt Cobain kicked somebody out of a show when Nirvana was playing in the early 90s for doing this type of shit. Sometimes men will go as far as to start groping you. That is when you literally start kicking. I do not care if this advice is inappropriate. Start kicking. Number 2, always have a friend with you even if you're walking like 20 feet. The buddy system can ward off all kinds of bad stuff. People will look to take advantage of people who are on their own. If you do have to go to a concert by yourself, stick around populated places. Oftentimes at big music festivals, there's a variety of bands playing from all kinds of different genres, and you really get to learn about new stuff. However, bands that you might not know, or smaller bands, will kind of be milling about and walking, and they have their artist pass, and they look really cool, and they'll come up to you and start talking to you, and of course you're going to talk back because you think they're really cool because they're in a band. If the conversation starts to get uncomfortable, it's a lot easier to get out of it if you've got a friend with you. If you don't, just walk away. Shows are supposed to be fun. It's our catharsis, but you always have to be aware of your surroundings, as sad as that is. And it's really sad because concerts are the places that we feel most comfortable. It does not matter how cool, how big, how awesome a band is. If they are trying to talk to a 13-year-old girl and get them back to the tour bus, they are scum. They're disgusting, and they deserve to never be listened to again. And it's putting it nicely. My 3rd and final tip. Never take a drink from anyone. This could be the friendliest person on earth offering you some water. Sometimes at the barricade, security guards will give you like bottles of water that are sealed. Go for it. If anyone ever tries to give you an open container of any kind, you do not take it. Say thank you, but no thanks. Or just say fuck off. As someone whose drink has been spiked, trust me, you don't want that. And if you're ever at one of my shows and feel unsafe, I just might dropkick someone.
In my room blasting My Chemical Romance as my mom yells, "Turn that garbage down!" My black eyeliner streams down my face. No one understands me. Being 12 is harder than anything else, but at least I have Gerard Way.
times do we have to answer this question? Like, what's not clicking? We're boys that dress up as drag queens. Let's get this straight. Being trans is who you are. And being a drag queen is just turning yourself into your inner superstar. So next time you ask someone if they're a trans, or they're a drag queen, or a boy, or a girl, or what's going on downstairs, instead ask yourself, how can I be more like them? Because they're clearly living their best life.
Wanna fuck you in the bathroom. I wanna fuck you on the roof of my car.
The other night I cried while thinking of having sex.
And girls in the clique, the awful names at the stick. You're never gonna fit in much, kid. But if you're troubled and hurt, what you got under your shirt will make them pay for the things that they did. They said, "Oh, teenagers scared the living shit out of me. They could care
My music hits me so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me. What am I to run and too hype me to feel good?
Masturbate to cartoons.
In the shallow holes of 1,000 eyes, in the knee-deep graves of future survivors, the fleshless guests live off children of the past, and the aging fingers cast the shadow of death